So for my video, I will be demonstrating and performing on somebody else. Abduction of the shoulder, flexion of the elbow, and then flexion of the wrist. So bring in my person. So I'm going to first have you start with your hands on your sides, and you're just gonna lift your arm from your side as high up as you can. Okay, bring it back down and turn to the side. And I'm going to have you start with your hands, your palms facing forward, just in front of you to your sides. And you're going to bend upwards at your elbow. But more in front of you. No. Just start like this and then just bend upwards at the elbow. Good. Again. And then now I'm just going to have you have your elbow straight out in front of you. And you're going to bend at your wrist downwards to flex it. Do it a couple times. Perfect. She has great range of motion. So when measuring with the goniometer, the landmark for shoulder abduction would be the acromion, and this is also where the axis would go, but behind her shoulder. So I'm going to align the moving arm, the stationary arm, with her trunk. So let's find right here, and we're gonna align it there. And you're going to lift your arm as high as you can from your side. And we're gonna align it with the humerus. And that is about, she's about 174 degrees of motion. So now with her elbow flexion, the bony landmark is going to be her lateral epicondyle right here. And the stationary arm is going to stay in line with the humerus. And right here, the moving arm is going to be aligned with her radius. Okay, so you're going to bring your elbow flex like this, and you're going to bring it all the way up as far as you can to your shoulder. Moving it to your shoulder. Flex it to your shoulder. Try to keep your elbow pinched and just move it up. Okay. Turn. So that is about 144 degrees, 44, 43. So now with wrist flexion, the axis goes right here at the ulnar styloid process, and the stationary arm is aligned with her ulnar, and then the moving arm is going to be in line with her pinky bone. So I'm going to line it right here and flex your wrist down, up, down. So that is about 73 degrees range of motion. So she has pretty good range of motion in all areas. Now, I'm going to test her muscles now. So I'm going to have you raise your arm, and whenever you raise it, I'm going to be resisting on your arm. So go ahead. Pretty strong, pretty strong. Now, when measuring her elbow, my hand is going to go right here behind her arm on her triceps, and I'm going to have you bring your arm at 90 degrees, and my other arm is going to be placed right here, right on her wrist, and go ahead and bring your arm all the way up to your shoulder. Okay, good. And now with flexion of the wrist, it's a little bit different. Okay, so now with the wrist, the flexion of the wrist, I'm going to scoot back this way. I'm going to have my hand right here on top of her forearm, and I'm going to place 2 fingers in the palm of her hand, and I'm going to have you grip my fingers just a little bit and flex downwards. Bring your hand downwards. And you can see she has great wrist flexion. So I forgot to mention that whenever doing manual muscle testing of the shoulder. Go ahead and lift your arm again. It's focusing, the muscle is focusing right here on her deltoid. And with elbow flexion, go ahead and flex your elbow. It's focusing a lot on her biceps right here. Okay. And then with wrist flexion, it's the carpus radialis. Radius? It is the flexor, carpi radius, and ulnaris. So go ahead and bring your wrist down. Actually, sorry. Wrong hand, please. Bring your wrist down. Okay. So that was me performing manual muscle testing and measuring with the goniometer. Thank you for watching.